Hey, what up, legends? Here comes end of financial year, fast and furious. So we've got our May release video at the ready. So let's dive headlong into first little thing I'm going to show off here is we've improved some flows around handling an email address being in use more than one time across a membership base. So when a member goes to log in, they will now get a drop down that will present to them all of the accounts that their email address is now associated to. So just for a lot better handling and improves this overall experience for members, which is super amazing. Now let's go back to admin side and talking about email addresses. So we do know that at times it has been a bit challenging having a common email address across your primary contact and then your billing contact, and then also for the owner user contact as well. And if you update one, then by extension, you're trying to update all three. So we have improved this flow. So I'm going to make a change to this email address here, my user record, and then I'm going to save it. Now it gives you a prompt to confirm whether you want to pull that update across all three spots, or whether you just want to keep it isolated to that one. So I'm going to apply it purely to the primary contact, and then I will save that. And now I can see the email address has changed here, dropped away the .au, but if we come across to billing contact, it's still retained it. So if you change any one of the three, you'll get that prompt, and it will help confirm where you want to make reflective changes and updates from there. So yeah, hopefully that makes lives a little bit easier and a bit more fun. We have also improved a bit of the experience around duplicate email addresses as well. So the pop-up that shows up will show up at the end of the sequence when you're adding an email address rather than being interrupting halfway through adding an email address. That was a bit of a general performance improvement as well. So thanks to everyone for your feedback on making that a little bit sharper and a bit easier for all of you to use. For those of you that utilize application forms, and I've got to move my fat head out of the way because I'm right in the way there. So utilizing application forms, we now have an activity tracker against application forms. So if we come into this one here that I was using as a bit of a tester, we've now got an activity log. So if we make a change, so I'm going to make a change to an email address here, apply that, great. And then if we refresh, we can now see within the activity log, we can now see that date and time stamped along with an author as well, that an email address was changed from and to as well. So yes, again, thanks to all of those that have been using our forms quite extensively. That request showed up a couple of times. So that was a good one for us to go ahead and knock out for you all as well. So thank you. Then let's go to our order screen. So a couple of eagle eyes have already noted this. The order screen has seen a couple of improvements. So first one is we've actually got a splitting of our orders here. So you can view purely a membership list of orders, an events list of orders, others. So for anyone creating arbitrary invoices, and then you have a consolidated list for all of your orders. You can also now toggle on and off any $0 orders as well, just in case you don't want to be looking at those. Yeah, so hopefully that helps with navigating, and we do hope as well chasing up some of those members that should well pay their membership renewal. Next up, a very quick one for reporting. So this has been an overall improvement with regards to the splitting of active and non-active members. Here we go. My internet's decided to go achingly slow right in this moment. The Telstra loves my release videos, obviously. Not that I show any preference to any telecommunications provider. Cool, there we go. So now we have our active paying members and then our non-active paying members. So a bit better reporting there. So again, thanks to everyone that made, there was a few of you that made that suggestion. So we really do appreciate it. And that helped improve the reporting a little bit more. Now, talking about financials and reporting and all of that sort of stuff, I'm not going to go super deep into it because it gets pretty intense for sure. But we have improved our synchronization with Xero specific to events. We know that we appreciate there was a couple of challenges around events, especially when it came to non-members buying tickets. or for those larger members that have multiple contacts within a member record, and then being able to reconcile ticket purchases against Xero. So for those of you that want to dive deeper into that, and a number of you already have, definitely Sandy's going to be our number one person on our end to deal with that. Wayne as well, he's certainly getting much more up to speed with all of the Xero stuff. So for any of you that have had any challenges or have held back a little bit on events because of that synchronization to Xero challenge, we have now tackled it and solved it and made it a hell of a lot easier and a lot more amazing. So we'd be happy to assist you more from there on that one. And then the last one that I've got for now, and this is a bit of a media one. So this one came from our good friends at ABA, Australasian Bioplastics Association. So we now have a file inheritance feature. So if we go, I'm going to use Joe. So Joe's the fantastic president of Pine Rivers Chamber. So you will note when you come into a member record, right next to member files, you'll note a file inheritance tab. So if we go into this one, so you get a little bit of an explainer as to what file inheritance is all about. So probably in the simplest terms, think of it as, in essence, a parent-child relationship for files. So what this means is, and what you can see here, is I've made Joe the quote-unquote provider. So we do want to just carry across parent-child because that can start to get confusing if you use it in multiple spots. So Joe will be the provider of files, and I serve as an inheritor of files. So that means any files that are uploaded within Joe's member record are now going to be inherited by my member record. Conversely, I could always be set up as a provider back to Joe as well. But any files that are specifically uploaded within my member record do not become inherited by Joe. So there's scenarios, because appreciating some of you do utilize subsidiary accounts, which is a true parent-child relationship. We could foresee some use cases where file inheritance would operate independent to subsidiary accounts. So we haven't tied it to that relationship, and deliberately so. Yes, so conversely, don't make the assumption that it does tie in directly with subsidiaries. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. For anyone that's keen to explore a little bit deeper, do let us know. But I'll show you a little bit more of what it looks like. So within the member files here, so we've uploaded 5246 as a JPEG file here. And then if we go over to my member record, and then I'm going to swap my fat head back to the other side again. And then if we come back in, I should have shown. So within my member files, so I've got 5245 and the other one was 5246. Then if we go and have a look within our member portal, so I'm going to log in as if I'm great. So I've logged in as myself. So if I come to my member files, I'll now have two files here. So 5245 was the one that was directly loaded within my member record. So I can download that. There we go. Cool. 5245. Great. Nice. Memeage. We love some memes. That's amazing. And now we can see the file that I've just inherited through Joe, 5246. I can now download that file. Save that. Going to open that one up. Cool. Even more memeage. This is just what member value is all about, right? All the memes, bring the memes. So now you're probably starting to wonder what would be some of the use cases around this. So for ABA specifically, where this started from and then where it's grown from, has been around certification document, insurance certificate documents, lots of formal documents that will often be shared across multiple members within your association. So we appreciate some of these documents aren't always going to be unique to just one member or one individual as a member. Often they can be shared across many, and that's why we could start to foresee use cases where it does not perfectly align to a subsidiary account, hence why we created the provider and inheritor model. for those files. So, yeah, so as I kind of put in a bit of a nutshell for a lot of you, member files, think of this as your own exclusive Dropbox or Google Drive direct with your members. So this is a bit of a further extension on top of that of being able to share files across all of your members. So yeah, so that's a bit of a cool one, a little bit unique, but certainly cool nonetheless. Now, we do have a couple of new faces that have joined Wave. So we have Welcome to Connect to Industry, fantastic group. And then we also have the Townsville Business Women's Circle as well. So, yeah, so keep your eyes peeled, go explore their website, see all of the cool and the amazing stuff that they're doing as well. And then quite excitingly, last month, May, that was our 3rd birthday as Wave. Hard to believe, 3 years. So I wanted to give a bit of a special shout out to those really original OGs that joined us right from the very start. And you're going to see a clear theme once I run through all of them. So we've got Caloundra Chamber, Kawana Chamber, Koroi Chamber, Glasshouse Country Chamber, Food and Agribusiness Network, Sunshine Coast Young Chamber, and also Nambour Chamber as well. So probably, if you've already guessed, the common link was that all of these were based on the Sunshine Coast. So we were super blessed in the fact that all of them decided to come across at the same time 3 years ago. Very, very, very hard to believe. So thank you to each of you for all of the support you've shown, the feedback, the consideration, the understanding at times. Yeah, all of the cool stuff you've let us bring to life, and hopefully let us continue to bring to life as well. So, yeah, onwards and upwards, and it won't be just another 3 years to come. It will be many, many, many more. So we can't wait for all of the fun that we have together. So anyway, that's it for me. That's more than enough of my fat head waffling away for a while. Heaps more cool stuff that we've already dived headfirst into for June, and then July and August as well. Did I hear someone ask about awards for our clients inside Wave? Yes, we did indeed. So that's probably one of the big, very exciting ones that's on the not too distant horizon for us. So yeah. Anyway, guys, have a great one, and catch you all soon. Take care.